Besides, he's been asking for you."
"You are friends? And he struggles to remember you but knows me? That doesn't make sense. I only met him once," said Selene.
"Selene, love, I've always told you how unforgettable you are, and now we have proof."
"Shut up," she said and laughed. The triplets could always make her laugh, even after an 18-hour shift. Karen tapped his tattooed fingers against the steering wheel.
"He's refused to eat for 2 days, and Hades is getting worried. If you can convince Hermes to do that at least, we'd all be grateful."
They turned off to Hades' estate, and Selene had to admit, the forest that Persephone had made was eerie and beautiful in the early dawn light. She thought Hades would get rid of it, but he adored Persephone too much to do it. Like Asterion and Medusa, seeing Hades with besotted love in his eyes made Selene disturbed and jealous in equal measure. She didn't have a love life. In fact, if it wasn't for her shitty ex-boyfriend, she would have never been involved with the Court of Styx. Mixed blessings, to say the least. Selene liked the court, which made it hard for her to constantly be digging bullets out of them and stitching them back together. It had been too much of a regular occurrence in the last few months for her to be happy about. Thanatos was waiting for them and opened Selene's door with a courteous, small bow.
"Good morning, Selene. I do apologize for inconveniencing you this morning."
"That's okay, Thanatos. I know it's not your fault. Where's the boss?"
"In the lounge room. Go on through, he's waiting for you,"
Thanatos replied. Hades looked irritated and then relieved when he saw her.
Selene, thank you for coming."
"It's not like you gave me a choice."
"I could apologize, but it would be insincere. You know, if you came and worked for me full-time like I've requested, you wouldn't have to be pulled away like this,"
said Hades calmly. "We've talked about this before, and my answer is still no. There are not enough nurses to go around as it is," she replied stubbornly. "Karen says Hermes isn't eating."
"Not eating, and generally being difficult. The only time he calms down is when he asks why you haven't been back. So I've had little choice but to call you in."
"Can't you just threaten him into eating?" Selene asked, only half joking.
Hades smiled his famous cold bastard smile. "I've been tempted to, but Hermes has been forced to do too much against his will since being captured by Pandora. I don't want to put him through that again."
Selene ran a tired hand over her face. "Okay, fine, but if you're cooking breakfast, you better make enough for 2 because I'm famished."
"Thank you, Selene,"
Hades said, and pointed towards the small elevator.
"Go ahead. I'll put something together and get it brought down."
Selene hesitated. "Am I safe with him?"
"Hermes is many things, but he's not unnecessarily violent. You've managed to get his attention, and he never breaks things that he finds interesting,"
said Hades. "That was a lot of words when a simple "I don't know" would have sufficed," she grumbled, making him smile. She stepped into the elevator anyway. She had dealt with plenty of drunk and high patients to be able to take care of herself, but none of those had been gods. The doors opened to the underground apartment, previously a group of jail cells, and the first thing she noticed was someone had moved all the furniture around.
"I told you I'm not
Hermes started to complain from a couch when he saw her.
"Cold nurse. I didn't expect you."
"Good morning, Hermes. Would you mind if I sit down? I've had a really long night," said Selene, trying to keep her voice steady. Hermes nodded, his hawk eyes as intense as she remembered them. They reminded her a little of Asterion's, a sure sign that Zeus's bloodline was strong. But Hermes' eyes were more gold and unnerving. Selene took off her bag and sat down in an armchair. How was she expected to help him? "How have you been feeling?" she asked, settling for